The Lord calls you to pray and to do it in secret. This is not just for the spiritual elite. This is for everyone who calls themselves a follower of God, and to come find him in that private place. Probably the greatest reward you will have from prayer is not anything you can touch. Lord, help us. Probably the greatest reward you will ever have in prayer is intimacy with Christ. And I'm telling you, the Lord does his best work in your life in that secret place when you're just sitting in his presence in prayer. In verse 16, and he says, and when you fast, do not look gloomy like the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces, that their fasting may be seen by others. Truly, I say to you, they have received their reward. He says, and when you fast, don't go around holding your stomach and going into your job and saying, people say, oh, what's wrong with you? Oh, my church got me fasting this week. And he said, don't do that. Don't be bragging every time you bump into somebody. Oh, why you look like that? Oh, man, you know, I'm fasting. He said, don't do that. Don't look for that attention. They shouldn't even know you're doing it. He says, when you do that, your only reward is people knowing that you're fasting. He said, but when you fast, anoint your head, wash your face, that your fasting may not be seen by others, but by your Father who is in secret. And your Father who is in secret, he will reward you. Look at the promise. He says, if you pray, he will promise reward you. And look at the other promise. And if you fast, he will reward you. Again, the reward is nuanced. I love that. He does not tell us exactly what the reward is so that our minds does not limit what God can do as we fast. And if there's ever a good time for us to pray and fast, it's now at the beginning of the year. Before we start making decisions, before we get married, before we start businesses, before we shake hands with shady people, before we start things that God did not tell us to start, before we give birth to Ishmaels, before we start doing all these things this year that you put on your vision board. Some of you got a whole vision board of everything you want to do that you didn't even run by God. I already know, because we're in America, I already know it's probably 80% of you right now got a whole vision board of everything, all of your goals and everything you want to do that you never even prayed about. You got things on there that's outside of his will. And so when it doesn't come to pass, you'll be hurt at the end of the year. Maybe you rewrite your vision board after 7 days from now. I'm not talking about these little whack American fasts where you say, I'm going to stop watching TV for a week. That ain't fasting. If it don't hurt your flesh, it's not a fast. You gorging yourself on fast food all week while you're not watching TV and calling that a fast, that's American, that's not biblical. I'm calling America, the whole bride, to slow down and to not try to build into a year with pride and arrogance what we think the year is supposed to be, and to take the first week of the year to tell your flesh you have no authority over me.